James, honey, did something happen to you? After we got separated in that long hallway? Are you confusing me with someone else? You were always so forgetful. Remember that time in the hotel?
What if I asked you, what is your favorite horror game? Would you maybe say something along the lines of something like Resident Evil, maybe even Silent Hill if you're watching this video? These are questions we ask ourselves a lot. And I feel like Silent Hill, especially Silent Hill 2, makes us question ourselves. What is our favorite horror game? And why are we playing it? Is it because it scares us? Entertainment? What is the reason? But enough of this topic. That's not our topic today. Our topic today is Silent Hill and why it is probably one of the greatest horror games and it still holds up to this very day. You see, Silent Hill's horror mechanics, I guess you could say, they don't like have people jump scaring you or chasing you down or rapidly trying to kill you. It's all psychological horror. Silent Hill proves that you don't need to have all these things. Like psychologically, it is enough. Psychological horror is probably even more scarier than actual horror. People don't really look on that, and I feel like it should be more looked at. Silent Hill proves that psychological horror is still a very, very good way to scare its players, and it makes you think on that. But besides these topics, have you ever sat down and looked at the characters that you are playing as, the ones that you have taken control into? When I played Silent Hill 2, it made me look at James in a different perspective after the ending I saw. James Sunderland is an anti-hero. He has motives, but in the end, he doesn't really care what happens to him, even if it involves him getting murdered. He comes to Silent Hill looking for his wife, who sent him a letter, but that's not the thing. His wife died 3 years ago to a disease. Any sane person would think this is a prank, but James thinks differently, and he takes it upon himself to come to Silent Hill to find her in their special place. Most would think that is just a boring story, but Silent Hill pulls it off perfectly. They make it work, and they make sure it works in their favor. Have you ever played a game where the atmosphere makes you feel like you're absorbed in it, actually in that place? Silent Hill 2 makes that happen. They do a really good job of making you feel like you're in the atmosphere James is in. That's another thing I like about Silent Hill 2. The fog. The fog is eerie, and it stops you from seeing what's ahead of you, and that gives you the feeling that you don't know what's ahead of you. You don't know if it could just be another human being, if it could be nothing, or if it could be another monster waiting for you. But here, we finally realize James isn't alone. As he enters the cemetery, he will find someone that is human. This is Angela, one of the few human faces James will see in Silent Hill. We don't know much about her. There isn't really much to go off of, but James approaches her and attempts to talk to her.
Oh, I'm sorry. I
Oh,
was
it's
just...
okay. I didn't mean to scare you. I'm kind of lost.
Lost?
James finally tells her that he's attempting to go to Silent Hill, and even if it's dangerous, he doesn't care.
With this fog, but there's only the one road. You can't miss it.
Thanks.
But
Yes?
I think you'd better stay away. This town, there's something wrong with it.
This is where Angela admits that she feels something's wrong with Silent Hill, and she thinks it's possibly dangerous, and she warns James about it. But this scene really kind of shows him.
I'm not lying.
No, I believe you. It's just, I guess I really don't care if it's dangerous or not. I'm going to town either way.
But why?
I'm looking for someone.
Who is it?
Someone very important to me. I'd do anything if I could be with her again.
Me too. I'm looking for my mama. I mean my mother. It's been so long since I've seen her.
James learns Angela's reason on why she's here too. She's attempting to find her mother, but has zero results so far. And it seems like she's having no luck either. But it's almost like Silent Hill's calling both of them. It would be weird that Angela and James both receive a letter or have the feeling to go to Silent Hill to try to find something or someone. After meeting Angela, James is thrown back into the wilderness, and while he enters Silent Hill, all he has to go off of is a really foggy track. And even then, it still feels really, really eerie, because James still doesn't know what's lying ahead of him and what Silent Hill waits to tell him. After James enters Silent Hill, we come across a trail of blood, almost like someone was murdered here. And James shows concern for that. And we finally meet something wandering into the fog. While James chases down whatever it is, it leads him to a closed off tunnel. And here we find out what Silent Hill has in store for us. Here is where we find out James has officially killed someone or something. He shows concern for it, but he knows it's not human. While James leaves, he remembers that he picked up some radio scanner thingy. And listening to it, it's almost like some girl is calling out to him, but it's nearly impossible to tell due to the static.
What the? I'd better take it anyway. I might need it.
If it isn't easy to tell, something already about Silent Hill feels off. Not the monster, but what was calling out to James. Silent Hill doesn't really tell us what it is. It only leaves us to imagine who or what was calling out to James or trying to. This leaves imagination up to the player. Who knows what it could have been calling out to James or what it was and why they were calling out to James. That's another thing about this game. There's sequences where things like these happen and it's only left up to the player to decide or imagine what that was. And that's scary as it is. Hello everybody, I want to apologize. This video was a video I've planned on doing, but I've had this video, or the file that originally I was going to upload, corrupted, and then I had to reset my phone, which I lost the remake data that I was going to do. And for that, I apologize for this long wait. But there is something else I do want to tell you guys before this video ends. To make sure I can get this video out and it's less pressure on me, I'm going to be splitting up the Silent Hill analysis into different parts. I don't know how long these parts are going to take and how many parts there will be. Hopefully it won't be too many parts. I don't want to make this a series on one simple game. But I hope you guys will understand, because it's just so much easier on me to make sure I can get these videos out and I don't have to worry of my files being corrupted due to how long the video is. I don't know if that's how it is with CapCut, but that's what happened. But to my fans and the people that are watching, thank you so much for understanding, and I want to make sure I can get these parts out, because right now it is probably the most important thing I'm focusing on YouTube wise. But that's it. So thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next part.